Hi guys, a little bit more update on the Michael Jones Jr. case. He is 38 years old and accused of killing his victims, his wife and two boys that were his stepsons, and later his two biological daughters. Now, as we know, they said that his wife was killed on July the 10th with a baseball bat. Yes, guys, he beat her to death. The autopsies are out on the children. The boys were strangled. Maybe the next day, maybe the same night, but around the same time. But the girls were not. Apparently, it seems like their deaths came a few weeks later. But the good news is, guys, that a grand jury has indicted him on a second-degree murder charge for the slaying of his wife, Casey, and 4 counts of first-degree murder for the children, ages 1 to 10. And the state attorney's office has said it will seek the death penalty, guys. Yes, the death penalty. So this is going to be a death penalty case, which it deserves to be. And in my opinion, well, he is innocent until proven guilty. I must say that. But he is going to get the death penalty. This is for sure, in my opinion, that is. He looks like he's a little bit lost the plot. Apparently, Casey must have said the wrong word at the wrong time. We don't know what she said, what was going on. Or did he just have this planned? Or did he snap? But as we see some videos of live Facebook, his demeanor and him threatening with the scissors, that could have been the signs of something worse to come. We don't know if he was mentally ill, was he on drugs, what was going on at the time. He was drinking. Seems like he's an alcoholic, has been for a long time. We all know the ex-wife has spoken out. He spent 2 weeks at her house after not seeing her for years, and his children by his first marriage. Was he ever over his first wife? I mean, he had killed his second wife with a baseball bat and her 2 children by her first marriage. And you know, the first wife stated, that could have been me. That could have been me. Well, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Maybe you both were still in love with each other. We don't know what was going on between you two. We don't know that as this far, but we may know a little bit later on. You never kept in touch, but you must have kept in touch, because he knew you moved back to Florida. He knew where you lived. Seems like You must have kept in touch. Yeah. Who got a hold of who first? Was it you? Was it him? You said he didn't have nothing to do with the children. How many phone calls did he make to the children? Apparently he never came and see the children. So let's see how far that one goes, because once you lie, the lies will catch up with you in the end. But he apparently ran to her. He ran to her for his support in his head and a roof over his head. He spent time with his children at the pool, but he never did nothing to them. But she said he was getting drunk. And she see nothing wrong with that, nothing different about him. So I guess she was used to it. He hadn't changed. He hadn't changed. But she didn't go into detail about that. She just said that she see no signs of nothing wrong with him. Yeah, okay. Other than he was drunk. And I guess he hadn't changed. But apparently she called his brother up and spoke to him. And their relationship was strained, by whatever, brothers. And the brother said, he has nothing to do with his brother Michael for like 6 years, but suddenly out of the blue, Michael got a hold of his brother. And I don't know, maybe he just wanted to hear his voice one last time. But that was short-lived, because his brother is totally disgusted with him. And apparently his brother has not really had much to do with the kids or his life, but had spoken to Casey through, I don't know, text messages, emails, maybe a few phone calls here and there. Because she wanted the uncle to get to know his nieces and nephews and things like that. But it seems like, the two brothers were a world apart, different. But we don't know why he snapped, why he did that. He may not have snapped. He had something brewing in his head. Of course, they were going to get separated and divorced, and we all know once that happens, a lot of people, commit murder. Sadly, that's what they do, because they think that is the last result. I say, when somebody cheats on you, you cheat on them, they cheat on you. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Yeah, don't think, you're with, not putting her down, but, it could be a man or a woman. If you are messing around with a married person, you think they're going to be faithful to you. Chances are they are not. Yes, guys, I've been through that. I know. And nothing changes. So, my ex-husband was a cheater. And, yeah. But, 99% of the time, once a cheater, always a cheater. But there's more to him than that. I think he was either, he was just a little bit crazy, mentally ill maybe, alleged. That's just my opinion. There's something not right with him. Look in his eyes. I don't know. Well, he sure looks like he's defeated now. And like I said, the two oldest boys were strangled, but later on, the 2 little girls were drowned. Yes, he drowned them. I mean, this man's sick, isn't he? He's very sick. And then he decides to keep the family together by keeping them close to him, keeping them in the house and in the truck, and drove them around. And also, he was drinking all the time. He obviously was drinking and driving also. And that's how he got caught with his wife's body in the truck. And then he told them where the children were. Now, right now, he doesn't seem to have remorse, or he's just not talking. The man is not going to talk. He's going to keep his mouth shut. But now, guys, we've got the good news that they are seeking the death penalty in this case. And we will follow this case. We don't know how long this is, going to go on for. It could take years to come to trial, as it's a death penalty case, and they take a long time to go through the system. But he well deserves the death penalty. A lot of people don't believe in it. I mean, I kind of do and I kind of don't. There's many people that have been convicted and been innocent and been put to death and were innocent. But now we have DNA tests. We have a lot more to prove their guilt than we did have years ago. Sometimes it was just witnesses that said something and they were totally wrong and put a man to death, or put them in jail for life, in prison for life, and they never did the crime. And now, that's when we question the death penalty. But something like this, when we know damn well he did it, deserves the death penalty. Now, that's the latest info on this. Everything you guys are following this case, but we just don't know why he would take the steps to beat his wife to death with a baseball bat. And who has a baseball bat in their house hanging around? Well, they have children. They have a 10-year-old, and boys play baseball. And I just assumed that he played baseball. Maybe he didn't. But obviously they kept the baseball bat in the house. I don't know if it was for protection or whether it belonged to the son. But either way, it could have been anything used in that house. He could have got an iron bar. He could have got anything. But he chose to beat her to death and kept on hitting until she passed. This is a violent death. And I just pray that she was knocked out with the first blow and never suffered too much. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, if she was knocked out, she couldn't defend herself. No way. No way. He's violent. He's got her unawares. But then he says she kind of had the baseball bat. So something was going on. Maybe she got it for protection and it was used against her. Because he's much stronger than she is. So there you go, guys. I mean, more people are speaking out on the case. His former employee at the veterinarian clinic are speaking out, and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's only so much people are going to say because this is going to trial. So they can't speak out too much anymore because it might mess the case up in future. And this is going to take some years. And hopefully it doesn't, but it looks like it's going to. So guys, stay tuned. Let's have a discussion. Leave your comments. What do you think on the death penalty case? And thank you for stopping by. And please sub and like my video. And press the notification bell to be notified on all videos in the future. And see you in the comments.